You know, there's only one Diana Ross, but what I have learned in talking with her is there's only one Rhonda Ross. This woman is a showstopper. With an epic Motown mother and father, she carved her own legacy as an Emmy-nominated actress, singer, and songwriter, and as I said, showstopper. Please welcome Rhonda Ross.
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here. I am Rhonda Ross. The dictionary says, I want to make sure that I'm seen. Oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. Okay. The dictionary says that resilience is the ability to bounce back from a pressure. Like if you press a balloon underwater and then let it go, it bounces back up. It's resilient. It's actually a word that I use a lot. When people ask me my highest desire as a parent, I often answer that I want my son, Raif, to be emotionally resilient. I want him to be able to bounce back from pressures. But even more generally than that, I want him to be able to go with life's flow, to enjoy life's flow, to celebrate life's flow. Like a tree in the wind, I want him to be able to bend but not break. I want him to be able to relax in the storm, in the ups and downs. I want him to understand that, like turbulence in an airplane, no matter how jarring a feeling might be in the moment, it's not going to last forever and it's going to be okay. So I had some words planned to share with you today, but then I had a real life experience last night that feels really applicable. So I'm going to share that if that's okay. Quick backstory. Like everyone, I was caught off guard when the lockdown started in March. And because of logistics, etc., my son Raif and I spent 6 months away from our home. We recently returned home to New York, but only for 10 days. And on the first day home, we got news of something we really wanted, that was possibly on its way, something really good. And so for the entire time at home, my son and my entire family was waiting for this thing, something that would be life-changing, that would be really, really great. So we decided to pray. But instead of praying for a specific outcome, we put our trust in a force that has a broader perspective than we do. We prayed for the best and highest good for everyone involved. And even if we were too close to recognize that that's what it was. And then we waited. We waited for the phone call that we were promised was going to come, but the call didn't come. And for the entire time that we were home, the call didn't come. And honestly, it was not easy to stay in that I don't know place, that waiting place. The work for me was to not wish away the precious time that we had at home, to not wish it away, wanting to hurry up to get to some future moment. So I kept reminding Raif and my husband, Rodney, to stay as present as possible, to enjoy this waiting time, because the waiting time was life. You can look at life as waiting to get to the next moment, or you can know that your life is now, and then choose to celebrate exactly where you are. And even as you look forward to something else, right? And so dig this also, the next moment, the future doesn't even exist. By the time you get to it, it'll just become your now. It's always now, but I digress. Anyway, finally, yesterday, our 10 days were up and it was time for us to fly from New York back to Los Angeles. And we were on the plane and there was turbulence on the flight. I don't know why there was turbulence. I don't understand enough about planes and weather patterns to know anything about turbulence. I just have to put my trust in a force that is broader, has a broader perspective than myself. The pilots and the air traffic controllers who are making decisions that are for the best and highest good for everyone involved. Even if that means for a little while, I'm gonna bump up and down and be in some turbulent air before landing safely. And so that's what I was doing. I was bumping up and down. And so I had this choice. I could grab onto the armrest for dear life, or I could relax into it. I could be present with it. I could accept the bumps as part of the ride. I could trust in my safe landing. And I did, and we did. And then when we got off the plane, we got the news. That thing we wanted, that thing we'd been waiting for, praying about, excited about, didn't come to pass. It didn't happen. And we were disappointed. We were very, disappointed. But that's the ride, right? That's life. The turbulence, the twists and turns, all on our way to a safe landing. It's just that somehow we've been taught differently. We've been taught that life is supposed to be different than this. It's supposed to be smoother than this and easier than this, and it's supposed to be somehow better, but it's not. It's not. And if it's not, we feel that something has gone terribly wrong, that we've done something wrong, or worse, that we are at our core wrong. But it's not true. It's just life. So I looked at my son when we got off the plane last night, and I gave him the news, and he slumped. He slumped like a tree being bowed by the wind. He slumped because he was disappointed. And it's okay to be disappointed, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be scared. And so for a moment, he was bent, but he wasn't broken. And I reminded him that we had prayed for the best and highest good for all involved, and that I believe that that's what we got, even if we couldn't recognize it in the moment, because we can never forget that we are being guided by forces that have a broader perspective, forces that understand air pressure and flight patterns, and who are guiding us through turbulence to our safe landing. So before we went to bed last night, Raif came in and kissed me on my forehead, and he said, "Tomorrow's gonna be a great day, Mom." And I knew he was right. And that is resilience. May you all find your way to resilience during this time. Thank you.